going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. Now, before we get into it, though, if you like this content, make sure you drop a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I appreciate all the love and support. And I want to address something, but I'm not going to do my normal pitchy thing before I start getting into the hockey picks. We're going to go straight into the picks after I'm done this. But I want to address something that's been going on the last couple days. There's been a couple of editing issues that have gone on behind the scenes. That's on me. That's not necessarily up to our standard that we hold here at Pick Dawgz. You guys, take the time out to come and check out these videos, and you look for advice and opinions for us. And unfortunately, due to the editing issues, you weren't able to get the full experience from the wraparound. So for that, I do apologize to you guys going forward. But you know what, going forward, we will be keeping a tighter eye on a lot of these. Just making sure that everything is crisp and clean, and we're going to still be delivering the same content, the same quality for you guys every single day. It is me that's doing all this, so I appreciate all your guys' love and support. I say it every day, and that's not just some hokey, cookie cutter, sentiment from me. I genuinely do appreciate each and every one of you. Whether you just come here and leave a comment, drop a like, just even view the content. We do this for you guys. So definitely appreciate each and every one of you. And like I said, we're going to, bigger and better days are ahead. It's just sort of just wrapping our heads around all the sports that are going on right now and trying to stay caught up on top of it. But again, we're not making excuses. Just wanted to be fully transparent with you guys. And we're going to keep rolling as we normally do. So we have a full NHL card on Saturday, full of action, 13 games. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game on the board on Saturday takes us to some afternoon action from the American Airlines Center as the Dallas Stars take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I still don't know what's going on with the Tampa Bay Lightning. I was assuming that this team was waiting for Andrei Vasilevskiy to come back and they would, start to step it up in his return. But since then, it hasn't really gone to plan. I mean, Andrei Vasilevskiy got the job done in his return as the Lightning won the game against the Carolina Hurricanes 8-2, but have since lost 3 straight. Vasilevsky's been in net for 2 of them. He's given up 3 goals in each of those 2 starts, and frankly, it just looks like maybe, I don't want to say he rushed back too soon, but it's just that he doesn't have his feet underneath him as of yet, and I don't want to back the Lightning, even though we're getting plus money with him. With how inconsistent they can be right now, I don't feel comfortable backing them. The Dallas Stars, they lost to the Calgary Flames last time out, but I'm chalking that up more to Scott Wedgwood getting the start. I thought that if Jake Ottinger had gotten the nod there, the Stars would have probably been in a better position to get the win. I think we do see Ottinger here, and I think we see the best version of the Dallas Stars in this one. The Lightning are reeling right now, and until we start to see them rattle off that 9-game win streak or whatever that we know is coming with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they do it every year, I'm not gonna try to catch the fallen knife with them. I'm gonna take the Dallas Stars on the money line in this one. Up next, we head to the Canada Life Center, where the Winnipeg Jets host the Chicago Blackhawks in a battle of 2 teams that could desperately use a win. The Winnipeg Jets have lost 3 in a row. The offense has gone to heck in a handbasket, and the Chicago Blackhawks, well, they've lost 7 of 9. But I think this is a good bounce back spot for the Winnipeg Jets. And the problem for the Winnipeg Jets has been the offense. I mean, they've scored 3 goals combined in the 3 games during this losing streak. And now they get to at least take on a Chicago Blackhawks team that was showing promise early in the season, but is now 30th in the NHL, allowing 3.7 goals per game. And I just don't trust the Chicago Blackhawks team head-to-head with the Winnipeg Jets. Now, the Blackhawks, they've been struggling as of late. There's no secret to that. And we can all talk about back and forth what Corey Perry did and what the rumors are and all that stuff. But the fact of the matter is he's gone, and that does affect, obviously, the on-ice product. You take away a veteran presence and sort of a safety blanket for Connor Bedard, and now you're kind of putting the onus on Bedard to be able to do a lot of this on his own, and you can't do that to your young rookie. You got to kind of ease him into it, even though Bedard looks to be the next generational talent. The Winnipeg Jets have won the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams. They've won all 5 meetings on the puck line by a combined score of, let me do some quick math here, 24-8 in those 5 meetings, and they've won 8 of the last 9. To me, this just seems like a Jets blowout. I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets on the puck line here. Now we head to the Bridgestone Arena, where the Nashville Predators welcome the New York Rangers. And Both these teams have been playing some solid hockey as of late. The Rangers winning 8 of their last 10. The Nashville Predators just coming off a 6-game win streak. They had it snapped with a thud last time out against the Minnesota Wild, who appear to be back on track. But the thing for me in this game, though, is that I do like the Nashville Predators, and I was kind of striking while the iron was hot with them. But the reality is that this Nashville team, while they are middle of the pack offensively, putting up 3.2 goals per game, they're allowing 3.3, and the New York Rangers still have one of the best goaltending tandems in the NHL in Igor Shesterkin and Jonathan Quick. They're also pretty much lights out on the road this season, 9-2-1, and in a matchup where the road team has won 7 of the last 9 meetings, and we're getting the Rangers at a decent price, I got to take the New York Rangers on the money line in this one. Up next, we're going to the Amerant Bank Arena, where the Florida Panthers play host to the New York Islanders. And the New York Islanders have been playing some decent hockey. They are 4-3-3 in their last 10. But you look at what they've done on the road in some of their recent games. This is a New York Islanders team that at one point I was worried if they were going to be able to score 3 goals a game. But in their last 3 on the road, they've scored a combined 14 goals. They put up 4 or more goals in each of their last 4 road games, and 3 or more in each of the last 6 on the road for the Islanders. On the other side, you got a Florida Panthers team that has put up a couple clunkers here and there, but they've also scored 5 goals in 2 of their last 3 games. The Panthers, 3 goals per game so far this season, but if you look at their last 10, 2.9 goals per game. You know what? I still think that this is still going to be a fairly higher scoring matchup between these two teams. Don't play each other all that often, but the over 12, 5, and 6 in the last 23 meetings in Florida. Like I said, I think there's somebody of the Islanders scoring some goals here, and I think the Panthers are going to be able to find some as well. I'm looking for this game to be 4-3, whichever way you slice it. I'm taking the over 6.5 in this one. Next, we go to the PNC Arena, where the Carolina Hurricanes take on the Buffalo Sabres. The Carolina Hurricanes coming off of that 5-4 OT loss to the New York Islanders, but they've still been playing some solid hockey. They've won 4 of their last 6 games. The Sabres, on the other hand, have lost 6 of their last 9, and a lot of the times the problem for the Sabres has been the goaltending. They scored 4 goals against St. Louis Blues, but gave up 6. Got routed 7-2 in one of their recent road games as well. Now they take on a Carolina Hurricanes team that still has a lot of potency on the offensive end. They're putting up 3.4 goals per game, and at home this season they're averaging just that. And the Buffalo Sabres giving up 3.69 goals per game on the road this season. I just think that the Carolina Hurricanes are just in the better spot. The favorite, 14-3 in the last 17 meetings between these two. The home team, 6-1 in the last 7 meetings, and Buffalo this is another place where Buffalo has struggled over the years, 8-22 in the last 30 meetings in Carolina. I'm going to take the Carolina Hurricanes. So I'm going to take them in regulation to get this price down to minus 150. Just a lot more manageable than that minus 230 price tag at the outset. Next, we go to the Bell Center, where the Montreal Canadiens take on the Detroit Red Wings. A matchup I'm not 100% in love with, if I'm being 100% honest. But that being said, the Detroit Red Wings have still won 4 of their last 5 games. They're coming in off of that 5-1 win over the Chicago Blackhawks, and I would say that the Detroit Red Wings, have been doing what they need to do. They've been beating up on bad or slumping teams. But the reality is that they've actually been playing some solid hockey. If you go around the wins over Chicago and Minnesota, Detroit's also beaten Boston in Boston. They shut out the Devils at home. And they went toe-to-toe with the New York Rangers team that was red hot at the time. They only lost that game 3-2. Montreal, they've won 3 of their last 5 games. But, you beat the Anaheim Ducks, the San Jose Sharks, the Columbus Blue Jackets. And again, I'm not going to fault the team for beating who's been put in front of them. I'm just saying you got to take the record with a grain of salt. And Detroit, this has been a Detroit team that has struggled in the past going on the road, but they've won 4 of the last 6 meetings with Montreal. The road team has won the last 4. Wouldn't be surprised if we needed some extra time in this game. Maybe take this game and go to overtime as well. But I'm going to take the Detroit Red Wings on the money line in this one. Now we head to the Canadian Tire Center, where the Ottawa Senators host the Seattle Kraken. Another game not all that enthused about, but the Ottawa Senators, they've had a history of playing their better hockey at home over the last year or so, but they have lost 3 straight coming into this game. 2 of those 3 losses were at home against the Islanders and the Florida Panthers. And last time out, they went on the road as a decent sized favorite and lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets. On the other side of the coin, the Seattle Kraken, they've been battling teams hard. They battled Toronto hard. They lost to Chicago, and they gave up 5 goals to Vancouver. What I see here is you have two teams that can definitely put some goals on the board. I mean, they're especially the Ottawa Senators, who are still putting up 3.4 goals per game this season. In their last 10, the Kraken averaging 2.9 goals per game, but also two teams that are struggling to keep the puck out of the net. These two teams combined in their last 10 games, respectively, are combined to average 7.3 goals per game. To me, that screams like an over. I could see a 5-4, 4-3 kind of game here. So I'm going to take the over 6.5 in this one. Next, we head to the PPG Paints Arena for an in-state rivalry as you got the Pittsburgh Penguins hosting the Philadelphia Flyers. And, the Philadelphia Flyers, they've lost 4 of their last 5. The luster's kind of worn off from that win streak that they had. And a lot of it just had to do with a lack of goal scoring. They did pick up the goal scoring a little bit against the New Jersey Devils, but still lost that game in overtime. And now the goaltending has been starting to slide just a little bit. The Pittsburgh Penguins, honestly, not playing a whole lot better themselves. They've dropped 5 of their last 8 games. They are coming off of a road win over the Tampa Bay Lightning in their last matchup, and they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. So they're beating on some decent competition as of late. And head-to-head is where this stands out to me. The Pittsburgh Penguins have won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams, each of the last 4 meetings in Pittsburgh. And what I've learned about the Philadelphia Flyers is that when you see a team that has owned the Philadelphia Flyers and has a significant head-to-head advantage in a certain venue or just overall, you take that team that's got the edge, because the Flyers, they couldn't beat the Islanders when they needed to. Well, at least when I had them, I should say, when they needed to. They struggled against the Rangers, and I think they're going to struggle here against the Penguins. Give me the Pittsburgh Penguins on the money line at -160. We get to the Scotiabank Arena where the Toronto Maple Leafs take on the Bruins in an Atlantic Division rivalry. And you've got the Boston Bruins, who have hit the skids a little bit lately. They've dropped 4 of their last 6 games. They got back on track as -500 favorites against the San Jose Sharks, but whoop-de-doo. So what? He still gave up combined 17 goals in the previous 3 games against Columbus, Detroit, and the Rangers. And I think they could have some issues here against the Toronto Maple Leafs team that's starting to find themselves as of late. They've won 6 of their last 8 games. The thing for me, though, is I'm going to take the Maple Leafs, but I'm also going to go with try to take a value shot here. I'm going to take this game to go to overtime or 60-minute tie at +360 for Toronto. 4 of their last 5 games, 5 of their last 8, and 6 of their last 10 have needed more than regulation to decide a winner. And each of the last 2 meetings between these two teams have needed extra time, as well as the meeting on November 2nd. So I'm going to take the Maple Leafs. I'm also going to take the game to go to overtime at +360. Next, we head to the Mullet Arena, where the Arizona Coyotes take on the St. Louis Blues. And, the Arizona Coyotes, known for playing their better hockey at Mullet Arena, and that's kind of been the case this year. They're 6-4 at home this season. And the Arizona Coyotes also winners of 3 in a row. And you look at the teams they've beaten in that 3-game win streak: the Vegas Golden Knights, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Colorado Avalanche. All solid opposition. I think they could get another win here. St. Louis has won both meetings between these two in the month of November. Arizona won the first meeting back in October, and I think that Arizona could have some success in this matchup. The St. Louis Blues. The St. Louis Blues 4-11 in their last 15 games within the division. I think that this is a spot where we might be able to get some value here with the Coyotes. On a hot streak, I would have thought maybe this price could have been a little bit steeper, given that the Blues are still sub 500 on the road this year. So give me the Arizona Coyotes here. Normally I take a shot with the Blues, but the Coyotes are playing some solid hockey. Give me the Coyotes at -120. Up next, we go to the Honda Center, where the Anaheim Ducks take on the Colorado Avalanche. And the Colorado Avalanche have had some hiccups as of late. They lost to the Arizona Coyotes not that long ago, and they've had some stumbles here and there. But this is still a team that's won 7 of their last 9 games. And they've defeated some decent competition as well. And the majority of these wins they've had, they've stifled their opponents, held them to 2 goals or less. Over the course of this 7-2 run, 6 of the 7 wins have seen the Avs give up 2 goals or less, and that includes an 8-2 win over these Anaheim Ducks that they are facing on Saturday. An Anaheim team that 8-2 loss started their current 8-game losing streak. And again, goal scoring now still an issue for the Anaheim Ducks. They have scored 2 goals or less in 6 of their 8 losses during this streak. To me, this one's all Avalanche all day. I'm going to take the Avalanche on the puck line here. Um, you look at a lot of the recent meetings between these two teams. Colorado has dominated, and a lot of these wins have been by 2 or more goals. So give me the Colorado Avalanche on the puck line in this one. Up next, we go to the T-Mobile Arena, where the Vegas Golden Knights take on the Washington Capitals. And the Washington Capitals playing some of their best hockey. I think we've seen them play all season long. 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. They've come on. They've started their West Coast road trip on a pretty solid note. They did, fall short against the San Jose Sharks, and you know, but they bounced back against against the LA Kings, and then came back to beat the Anaheim Ducks 5-4 last time out. This will probably be one of the tougher opponents that they'll play out. Maybe it's either them or the Kings. But the Vegas Golden Knights have fallen on hard times. They've lost 6 of their last 10. And not only that, it at times looks like the honeymoon phase has been over for the Golden Knights. Now they did get a win over the Vancouver Canucks last time out. Vegas did, but they've lost 5 of their last 7. And the Washington Capitals, have been able to battle in a couple of these recent meetings between these two teams. The meeting this season last year finished 3-0 in favor of the Caps. I think they can maybe get the Golden Knights again here. This is purely just a value play for me at this point. I'm going to take the Capitals plus 1.5. I might sprinkle a little bit on the money line as well at plus 180. And our final game on Saturday's card takes us to the Scotiabank Saddledome, where the Calgary Flames take on the Vancouver Canucks. And the Vancouver Canucks starting to stumble a little bit. I mean, this is a team that was starting out the season hot. And they're not. That's not to say they're dead in the water by any stretch of the imagination. This team is still 15-8-1 this season, which is really good out of the gate. But they have lost 5 of their last 8 games, and they've been inconsistent as of late as well. They've alternated wins and losses each of their last 7. So if you follow that pattern, maybe you would think that would result in a win here for the Vancouver Canucks. But as much as I don't like the Calgary Flames, they've just had the number of the Vancouver Canucks in recent meetings. The Flames have won 5 of the last 7 meetings, 19 of the last 26 meetings in Calgary, and the home team has won 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams. Calgary won in this same building against these same Canucks just a couple of weeks ago, 5-2. I was on the Canucks in that game, and they were battling back and forth, but in the end, it was just Calgary pouring on, just being flat out too much for the Canucks to deal with here. And I think that, I'm going to back those head-to-head trends. I think we're going to be able to get some value with the Canucks the rest of the way, because I think there's still a stigma with this Vancouver team that maybe they're not supposed to be this good this soon. But I'm still going to take the Calgary Flames on the money line to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. Now, if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. And also make sure you have notifications turned on to get the newest and most up-to-date content here at Pick Dawgz. And if you're looking for my best bets, just check out pickdawgz.com, click the premium picks tab at the top of the page, and also make sure to let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Good luck.